Welcome to our scene-by-scene analysis of the new Star Trek movie, Beyond Thunderdome.
Yep, it was good. Every scene was good. And
my dad joined Starfleet because he believed in it. I joined on a dare.
You joined to see if you could live up to him. You spent all this time trying to be your dad. And now you're wondering what it means to be you.
It went from scene to scene. It started at the beginning and ended at the end, like every good movie, apart from Pulp Fiction and maybe some other Quentin Tarantino movies too.
Yep. And it was very good. It's a perfect movie. 3.5 out of 5 stars. Perfect film.
Yeah, 3.5 out of 5. That's
I
a perfect.
Can't complain.
You have to, if you're gonna say that that's that good, you got to give it a higher score.
Yeah. I'd probably give it actually maybe like 4.5. I'm kind of leaning towards because I did really like it.
So you're saying a 9. I'd have to say a 9-ish myself. I mean, since you have absolutely nothing to complain about, what you mean by 4.5 is 5. But what I do mean is 4.5 because I did have some things that weren't perfect, but they were minor complaints.
Yeah.
What did you enjoy in the movie?
Well, I think the most standout thing is the character interactions, obviously. My favorite being Spock and McCoy. I like their banter throughout the movie. Spock gets injured very early on, and McCoy has to help him out, and they're talking quite a bit, and Spock bursts out laughing, and McCoy's like, "Oh no, you've gone delirious."
My God, man, you're delirious!
Yeah. And there's a lot of that throughout the movie. Not just with them, but
with all the various
with
characters.
all of them, yeah.
little character moments that add just the right amount of personality to the film.
Yeah.
Personality that was lacking in the other two of the new Treks.
Yeah, I've only seen a bit of the first one. I don't think I've seen any of the second one, Into Darkness or whatever. But the scenes I've seen from the first one, I think are probably among the stupidest.
They probably are. I've seen the first one. I did not see Into Darkness. The new, what would they call that? They'd call that Star Trek 09 because they have to give some differentiator.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it. I mean, it was flashy and that was bad. And it had plot holes and that was worse. Yeah. This one has the flash and it's not bad. And it does have a few minor issues, but it's not... I didn't hate it.
Yeah. Like the camera effects and stuff aren't so crazy that they give you a headache at any point. We saw it in 3D as well.
And that was actually fine. I don't usually like 3D, but it was fine in 3D.
Yeah, it wasn't like in your face 3D. It was kind of realistic-ish.
Yeah, there was literally one scene that I didn't like, and that was because they were literally spinning around the circle thing, and it was like, oh, okay, this is a bit much, and they ended it not long after. But
there was also another scene where they're panning over the bad guy's base, and the
rocky terrain,
like kind of slide into place around it.
They move, instead of moving back and out as you would be if you were moving over something, like if you were moving over a mountain, it would sort of move behind you. It sort of grew up into the scene over other items and was really odd looking.
Yeah.
It looked very unrealistic, like the crystal, stone, rock, whatevers they were growing, and it just was like, that is odd. Yeah. But that would have been evident in 3D and in 2D.
Yep.
So that was just some weird artifact.
I also like that alien chick that they come across. I thought she was a lot of fun.
Yes,
she was. Who likes really loud music because it's got lots of screaming in it.
I like the noise and the screaming.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I like how later in the movie they're playing one of those loud, screamy pieces of music, and McCoy says, Are they playing classical?
Is that music?
It's a good choice.
Hey, well played.
We got no ship. No crew. How are we gonna get out of this one?
We will find hope in the impossible.
Well, at least I won't die alone. Well, that's just typical.
And then Spock says, I believe they are.
Yeah.
That was a very enjoyable moment.
Yeah.
It is at the same moment as one of my least favorite parts, which is when they're finally they've got to destroy the enemy fleet, and it is destroyed literally by music being played. Not they've got a swarm type deal,
Yeah.
and they're all networked together. So they're going to destroy desynchronize their communication so they can't coordinate, and that makes them blow up for some reason.
Yeah.
And it's not well explained, and it doesn't work that way. And I was hoping that it was, okay, they're all discoordinated and we can blow them up with ease. We'll just fire randomly into the pile and they'll all be destroyed. And no, they literally explode when the Enterprise gets too close to them.
Yeah, and it seemed like they actually explained that it wouldn't blow them up. They explained that it would just disrupt their communications, yet it blows them up outright.
Yes, and I was kind of like, wait, oh...
Yeah, I think that's a valid complaint. It's borderline a plot hole almost.
It is almost almost a plot hole in that way. The bad guy's motives were okay. His philosophy was retarded.
Yeah.
Pretty much as retarded as the Federation's philosophy. Strength is only in unity. There's no such thing as individual strength. Strength is only in individualism.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as strength in unity. There's such thing as strength in both, dear.
Yeah.
And if you can't get that, you're a bit dumb.
Yeah.
So that part of that whole thing was like, that's dumb and I don't care. Yeah.
I really liked how they offed that the alien chick.
Oh,
who's
there's
a traitor.
there's a good alien chick and a traitor alien chick. They are different. One is hot and the other is hot, and that's how you know which one's which.
Yeah.
Yes, they get rid of her in a most satisfying manner. How did they destroy her?
Well, they're going to the ship to look for the item.
Too much explanation. Quickly.
Okay.
She gets...
the good guys barely make it out of the flying saucer.
The saucer of the
crashing.
Enterprise.
Yep. And she doesn't quite make it, and it crashes right into her and explodes.
The saucer section of the Enterprise crashed and destroyed because that happens somewhere. Spoilers! Oh wait, spoilers!
Yeah.
Oh no! Don't you dare alert them before I say that. The saucer section, because they ignite the thrusters, flips over and pancakes her completely. Boom! Flat. And... even it doesn't matter how much you hate a character, seeing someone get pancaked like that, I feel that that's pretty satisfying.
Yeah.
Use the entirety of the Enterprise to kill one person.
Yeah, and she's just standing there watching it.
She's like, oh crap. Yeah. Well, there's no way to survive that. Boom! The enemy fleet was an interesting one. It wasn't a giant ship with so much power. It was a swarm of tiny little ships that don't have individual power, but as a swarm are powerful.
Yeah, and that's kind of cool. That's something they can do with special effects nowadays that they probably didn't have the budget to try and replicate.
It'd be
back
like
in the day.
5 ships,
Yeah.
or it'd be like a single what would it be called? Unit that's like a picture with 17 ships on it. Oh, they're
It'd
flying
be
at
like
us.
the original Star Wars where you had like 2 TIE fighters.
Yeah,
in the,
you have 2
Death
TIE
Star.
fighters and a single X-wing, and
Yep.
you've got to do all your scenes with only 3 ships, and
Yep.
so there's 30 of them. Can we see 30? No, you can see 2.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was something that technology would limit you with. Also, the whole like look of the movie was very futuristic, and that wouldn't have worked. It makes the next generation look very old and low tech.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Yep.
But I can forgive that as a thing of technology advancing. Yeah.
Yeah, I did see one negative review where the individual said that the movie was very boring. It was more like Snore Trek, and I was thinking, like, what movie were you watching? Like, how is this boring?
Yeah, did
Like-
you see Star Trek 09?
Is this like the one person who gave the Transformers movies positive reviews?
Oh, they got robot testicles. It's gotta be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good movie. You get lots of the fun character interactions that you'd expect out of something like a Joss Whedon, and they're
Yeah.
all fairly in character. Well, you say fairly in character. They are all in character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there's nothing apart from the minor, complaint of that, and for some reason, this planet and the asteroid belt they have to go through, or they call it a nebula, it's really an asteroid belt, are all like within 2 hours distance of each other. Like you come out of the asteroid field and you're at the starbase. You get through the asteroid field and you're at the planet.
Yeah.
And the asteroid field isn't huge.
Yeah.
So these two things are right side by side. You'd have thought they were farther apart.
Yeah.
I didn't like that those were all right beside each other. Like they're literally coming out of the asteroid field and there's the starbase on the screen.
Yeah.
As the asteroids are clearing, like, no going to warp. No, we've got to get there in time. The enemy can travel at warp 5. We can travel at warp 6, but their head start on us means that they're going to get there first. No, we're right there already.
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess that makes sense, but I do like how they try to sort of undo those things from the original new Star Trek, where they could like teleport anywhere basically instantly, because the bad guy has like some sort of disruptors.
He's got
that
various
prevent them from just doing that. So there's actually an explanation why they have to do it the entertaining way.
Yeah, which is fun. I mean,
Oh,
there's the whole
the
motorcycles.
That was fun.
The motorcycles were fun because they were done cleverly. It's,
Yeah.
there's a motorcycle. Oh, Kirk's gonna ride the motorcycle. Oh, but they do it cleverly. It's not just Kirk riding a motorcycle. It's Kirk and half a dozen hologram Kirks all riding motorcycles, distracting the enemy. It's not that he's going in to save the day on the motorcycle.
Yeah.
He's literally just using the motorcycle as a distraction.
Yeah.
And he has to get off the motorcycle to really save the day. And he leaves it behind for it to get destroyed. Hooray! Yeah, jumpstart the ship was a bit silly.
Oh,
We're gonna drop the ship.
Yeah.
We need to get to terminal velocity. What? That's not what? They're very lucky that terminal velocity was actually the jumpstart velocity, because if the gravity was a bit lighter or the atmosphere was a bit thicker, terminal velocity could be too slow to jumpstart it.
Yeah.
Like you have to get to terminal velocity. That means that you are at like the margin for error is 0. Oh, we have an updraft. We're not at terminal velocity.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that could happen. Or you have a downdraft, and is it wind based? Is it somehow you have a sail based starship? It needs to have enough wind to start the engines.
Yeah.
Drop her into an atmosphere, Captain. We need to start the engines.
Maybe that's how they're gonna start the next generation. They're gonna have like a fake next generation crew, and it starts the movie off with that, and they're going on their mission, and it's like a crazy suicide mission. Then they all just get killed, and then it switches to the real one.
That would disappoint a lot. Oh yeah, but what you have to do if you're going to do that is get all the top list actors.
Yeah, get
actually no,
Dwayne the Rock Johnson with Samuel L. Jackson.
Thinking what I'm thinking, partner. Aim for the bushes.
Do it like it's what's that called?
The Other Guys, the beginning of that movie.
No, like it's gonna be like Scream, where they've got like this bunch of really loser A-listers.
Okay.
You know, they've got all the really crappy A-listers who are just a little bit has-been-ish, and they're gonna be your next generation crew, and then they all die in the first 5 minutes, and it turns out they were actually the crew of a different ship. And that would be and in comes Jean-Luc Picard, the original Jean-Luc Picard, who still looks like the same Jean-Luc Picard.
Yeah.
And just explain that he's actually 15. He just looks like that's how he's always looked.
Yeah.
From the age of 2. He was an old man.
There was a little bit off topic. There's an X-Men movie where they actually CGI his face to make him look a bit younger, and it looks really weird.
Mr. Clean.
Basically,
He looks like Mr. Clean, yeah. No, if they're gonna do that, they probably ought to do get the guy who played young Xavier.
Yeah.
To be the new Patrick Stewart.
Yeah. Actually, that would work.
It would work. Mm-hmm. He'd still have to be bald. He wouldn't be allowed to grow his hair out.
Yeah.
Ever. Because otherwise he'd be mocking the memory of that. Well, he's not dead. Mocking the the acting of that great actor.
Yeah.
John Luke. Wait, no. His name in the series is Jean-Luc. His name as a person is Patrick Stewart.
Right. Yeah.
Patrick. So, apart from those minor complaints, it's got lots of fun character bits. Oh, tell them about the ending that you liked.
Oh, right, the bad guy. At the end, there's a scene where Kirk's pulling all the levers to try and get the weapon sent into space. And the bad guy comes up behind him, and they're telling Kirk, "You don't have enough time, you're not going to be able to get out." And the bad guy sees his face in the shattered glass shard that's flying by, and he stops and looks at it for about a second, and
he's like, "I'm a monster."
It seems like it's going for that, but then he tries to stab Kirk.
It's like, he's seen the monster face that he's become so evil and horrible. He's gonna have a change of heart and pull the lever himself and then take the thing out voluntarily. Nope. Kirk manages to pull the lever. The guy gets consumed, like we wanted anyways.
Yeah.
And it's a good ending for everyone. The bioweapon thing gets flushed out into space.
Yeah. Well, he did have a moment where he could redeem himself there, but no, he's bad to the end.
Yeah. They gave him the opportunity.
Yeah.
And no redemption for you.
No.
Now, is there anything else in that movie that was really especially good or bad? It was fun watching the Enterprise get destroyed.
Yeah.
Because they did it in a really fun way, and they have lots of tricks with the gravity as the ship's losing power and getting destroyed.
They killed off hundreds of red shirts.
And gold shirts and blue shirts, just everyone. Well, a lot of what they did with a bunch of, they did kill a large number of them, but they kidnapped quite a few of them in order to, apparently, I'm assuming at least, convert them into more monster men to, I guess they must be mindless monster men.
And they really don't care about their own troops because they're killing their own guys in the ship as well as the crew.
I think that's more incidental, not like it's deliberate. Their ships are designed to breach armor.
Yeah.
So they clearly have more advanced technology than the at least in armoring composites than the Federation.
Yeah.
Because they can punch through literally in one side and out the other of the Enterprise.
Yeah.
With their little mini ships. So they've got a lot of power in those little things.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
He likes that scene.
I also really like that the Enterprise is more durable than stone.
Yeah.
It's like it's going through a mountain range, and it's like it hits a mountain, and it's not like a bunch of the ship breaks off and it goes flying off into this way or that. No, the mountain gets a big chunk of it torn out. Like, this is a military grade ship. It can deal with a little bit of mountain. Boom, there goes one mountain. Boom, there goes another chunk of mountain.
And that swarm must have been really good at destroying ships then.
Oh yeah, it's got to be really tough. Way tougher than stone.
Yeah.
Boy, it must be made out of diamond or something. Well, the Enterprise is only made out of iron.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, iron is the heaviest element.
Oh yeah, it's got an atomic weight of almost 1800, I think. Yeah. It's the heaviest of metals, you know. If you picked up just the tiniest grain in your fingers and dropped it, you could almost start an earthquake.
Yeah, it's even heavier than AC/DC.
Yeah, well, heavy metal.
Yeah.
So, anything else that is worth mentioning in this movie? Old Spock is dead. And apparently the guy they had playing Chekhov in the real world is also dead. Anton Yeltsin or something, or Yelkovic. Or
Yeah, he died.
Russian name.
Yeah, sometime before the movie came out.
Between the filming and the movie actually coming out.
Yeah.
So they didn't actually have a scene for him to die, did they? Or did
No, they didn't.
Yeah, he's still alive at the end, but
Yeah.
maybe they're just going to CGI him and give him a quick... Oh, he's been transferred or something like that.
I think more likely they might do a memorial at the start, just kind of like, oh, he died.
That would be really annoying. I think it would be nicer if
Yeah.
it was just like he got a transfer, it would, like he's been promoted to
Right. Yeah.
like that. That way, you're just saying, oh, he's not part of the movie.
Kind of like what they did with the Fast and the Furious.
I'd comment if I had any idea. Don't remind me.
Okay.
Yeah. Apart from that, it was a fun-filled adventure that felt very much like an episode of the original series.
Yeah.
And John enjoyed it, and I'm saying that he did because he did.
Yeah, I did. One of my favorite movies lately.
Yeah, it's better than that awful movie, Suicide Squad.